I need now is the girl.
Sorry, I rang the bell. I couldn't get to my purse with all these fools.
Hey, can you help me?
I was in the middle of a study session when I got your message. I'm still not even close to being caught up. That trip to London really set me back. So, are you going to tell me what's going on?
I was just kind of waiting for a lull so I could jump in.
Oh, my God.
What?
It's your birthday. I forgot your birthday. I'm so sorry.
Will you calm down? It's not my birthday, and you didn't forget anything.
Then what is it? Just what are you up to, Ben Price? Well, are you going to keep me in suspense all night?
About what?
Your article. Your latest banner article with a byline, no less.
Oh, that. Well, you know, I didn't want to bore you.
Oh, come on. I've been waiting to hear about it all night. Come on, I want to hear all about it.
Really?
Really? It's not every day you meet a famous writer.
Well, now, I'm not exactly a famous writer yet. It's right here. Right here, bottom right-hand corner.
I know. I mean, I saw it here. Crimes Revolving Door by Kevin Buchanan.
That's me.
Well, how does it feel to hear your name in print?
Well, I think I'm still a little pumped.
Okay. The loopholes in our justice system can turn the hard work and sometimes even the life's blood of police officers into a frustrating exercise in futility. Yes. These overworked and underpaid men and women, thank you.
Well, credit where credit is due.
Spent long, tough days catching crooks, hauling them into court, only to see these career criminals back on the streets by nightfall. Wait. Here's my favorite part. Especially depressing are cases when offenders repeat their crimes at a higher level of violence the second and then the third time around.
Your favorite part, huh? You've seen this before, haven't you?
I got the early edition. I was really proud of you. I couldn't wait.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, you had a lot to do with that story. Letting me go on all those stakeouts with you and telling me all about your own personal experiences.
I thought the story idea was just an excuse to spend time with me.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. That was my favorite part of the research. Just what are you trying to pull, Buchanan?
Believe that woman. And it's the absolute last time that I get taken in, suckered in by one of Dorian's dramas.
Didn't you say that last year?
Yeah, well, this year I mean it.
Yeah, well, I think you're off the hook now, honey, because if Vicky won't testify, then we've got close to zip.
What's that about anyway? You know, wasn't it just 3 weeks ago, what, she told you?
Yeah, she's told me Dorian confessed to Victor Lord's murder. I mean, there was no doubt in her mind.
It just doesn't make sense for her to start changing, you know?
I know, it's just like I told Clint, though. I think maybe she's had enough of this whole mess. She just wants to put it behind her.
Yeah, or maybe Dorian's prayers for divine intervention were answered.
I doubt that Dorian has the ear of the Almighty. But she is a lucky lady.
She's lucky and smart.
Because of her marriage to David Vickers?
In the nick of time, too.
Yeah. Because if he's her husband, we can't make him testify against her. What is it?
It just hit me. David and Dorian are actually husband and wife.
Hmm. Well, if there's one consolation, then it's that it's a marriage made in hell.
Would you get that, please? I'm not in.
Of course. Come on. Where is she?
I thought you quit working here, Todd.
Oh, I did. Now I'm just like you. Just a rich member.
Huh. Well, there goes the neighborhood.
Oh, you think you're so smart, don't you, Kev?
What exactly is your problem?
This is my problem. This crime's revolving door. But you think I don't know this is all about me?
Yeah, well, you're way off base on that one, so don't flatter yourself.
You know what gets me? Where do you get off sounding like such an expert, okay? You've been a reporter for, what, like 10 minutes? Once a criminal, always a criminal? Like the streets aren't safe with all the ex-cons out there just waiting to do it again.
I just report the facts. You don't like him? Why don't you do something about it?
Oh, I already did. Me and the 28 million that your grandpa left me.
Yeah. I can see you've made some real big strides.
You know what your problem is, Kev? You're worried about me running in on your turf. And it just kills you that your family's money put me here.
I'm going to tell you this one time, Todd. And one time only. This article is not personal. So you take your paranoia and you back off.
Maybe the streets would be safer if Blondie with a badge here would stop trying to nail the wrong guy.
Whatever she did to you, you had it coming. Now, last chance, Todd. You get the hell out of my face.
Stick to print, Kev. Leave the face-to-face combat to your little girlfriend.
Kevin! Kevin, wait, come on. Come on, gentlemen. Come on, gentlemen. What's going on? Come on.
You know, there's one good thing about David Vickers marrying Dorian.
What is that?
That means that Joey and Tina don't have to suffer a life of misery with those two barracudas.
Oh, it's true. David and Dorian can nibble on each other.
I'll bet they end up wishing that they both went to prison.
Feel bad for Hank. You know, he is so hell-bent on convicting Dorian from Victor Lord's murder. He just, without David and Vicky to testify, he just doesn't have a case. I'd tear him apart.
Hey, what are we doing?
We're rubbing each other's feet.
No. Didn't we promise that when we're at home, we're never going to talk about a case where we're on opposite sides?
It's over long before it was a case. No case, no side.
Well, that's a good reason not to waste time talking about it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Who says that we have to talk at all?
Well, then what do you want to do?
What do you say we take this foot massage upstairs and turn it into a full-body massage?
Followed by one of Bo Buchanan's famous bubble baths for two.
You got the body, I got the bubbles. Give it a minute. Give it a minute, honey. They'll go away.
It might be Rachel. She said that she and Ben might come by after they got settled. Right. Clean yourself up, sweetie. You got lipstick on you. Don't want them to know that Mother does those things.
See, Asa, I told you they were home.
Took you long enough. You better check that doorbell there, son. I'm gonna have it disconnected. What brings you two out this evening? Huh? If you're collecting for Liz McNamara's campaign fund, then I already gave it to the office.
No. We are here to save you from yourselves. And we will not leave until we succeed. Joe.
So when did the new Mrs. David Vickers get back to town?
Who told you?
Did you think I wouldn't find out you married him?
Joe, I'm sorry.
You know, what I can't figure out is what you're doing here at home and not rotting in jail where you belong. Come on, Joe. So you get your lying hands off me. I should kill you for what you've done to my family.
David, I think it might be better if I handled this myself.
He's a maniac, Dorian.
Please.
Fine, I could use some air. No, don't touch me. No, don't ever touch me again.
It's been a really long day, Alex. Can you save us tomorrow?
Absolutely not. Do you realize your wedding is less than 2 months away?
Our wedding?
That's what this is about, our wedding. Figured it'd be politics.
Wait a minute, you don't think marriage is political?
Well, as chief liaison to the mayor, I have access to the city's social calendars months ahead of time, and I looked at June, and there was nothing on the books for Police Commissioner Buchanan's nuptials.
It's not like it's tomorrow. Alex, it's June 1st.
It might as well be tomorrow. You see, with only 2 months to go, you'll be lucky if you can get a cake to cut at the reception.
Gotta have cake. It's the most important thing.
See?
Speaking of cake, Bo, do you have anything worth knowing on in the kitchen? We went to eat in this restaurant tonight. The skimpiest food I ever saw. I'm starving.
Yeah, help yourself.
Oh, thank you. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Now, from what I could see, you haven't even chosen a church or a synagogue or a hall for your reception or anything. Have you thought about your flowers, your dress?
Dress.
You're in worse shape than I thought. Of course, I know all about catastrophes that happen when you plan things at the last minute. You're just really lucky that I caught this in time and that I'm able to squeeze you into my schedule to guide you through the worst of it.
I'm gonna see if Pa found my stash of cheese puffs.
Oh, you don't, Mike. This is your wedding, too,
Honey, I don't
you
think
know.
it's fair to expect Alex to guide us both through this at the same time.
Oh.
Now, as much as you might have hoped to try to recreate the extravaganza of my wedding, at this late date, I'm afraid it's simply impossible.
Oh, darn. Just could kick myself.
But you are marrying a Buchanan, so something grand will have to be done, even if it is necessarily on a smaller scale.
Alex, you really don't have to do this.
Oh, but I do. You stepped in to help me when I got married. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't stepped in as my matron of honor.
Don't mention it, please.
So, because you saved the day, I'm returning the favor twofold. Not only am I offering my services as your personal bridal consultant, but I will step in and assume the role as your matron of honor.
This is for you.
What's going on?
Well, I had to make sure everything was perfect. The flowers, the candles, the music.
It's perfectly perfect. But why?
Because if all goes according to plan, this is a night we're going to remember for the rest of our lives. I mean, it's not every night. At least I hope it's not every night that somebody asks you to marry him. Now, my grandfather gave this ring to my grandmother, and they were happily married for a very, very long time. So a lot of price love comes with this ring. So, what do you think?
I can't believe it. It's beautiful, Ben. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Wait. I promised myself I was going to do this right. Rachel, will you do me the very great honor of becoming my wife? Will you allow me to spend the rest of my natural-born days making you happy? Rachel Gannon, will you marry me? Now, is that head nodding a yes or something I ought to look into?
It's yes.
Yes.
yes. Then put me down.
Why do I have to?
Yes. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't wait to tell Dad and Mom and Sheila.
Hey, what's up? What's wrong?
You're still going to London, aren't you?
Yeah, got a flat ready and waiting in the fall, remember?
You'll be gone a whole year.
That's how long the fellowship lasts. Hey, this is supposed to be a happy occasion.
It is. I'm sorry. It's just that a year's a long time for us to be apart.
We don't have to be.
What do you mean?
Come with me to London.
Here, won't be needing these anymore. Take them. Do you know how many days I spent waiting in this house for you to come back? God, I was so stupid. And everyone told me to give it up, that you played me for a fool, but I wouldn't listen. Because I knew they were wrong. I knew you loved me. You wouldn't just take off like that unless something had happened. And that's what I thought at first, that something awful had happened to you, that you were hurt or worse. And then I get a letter telling me about you and David Vickers? How many times did you tell me that there was nothing going on between you two? That the only reason you were even decent to him was because he saved your life? It didn't make any sense, Dorian. It still doesn't.
Joe, I can...
No, don't even, because I don't think I could take hearing another lie from you. But then you know what? It's all smoke and mirrors with you, isn't it? Because all that time we spent together, all those nights I made love to you, I wasn't a real woman. God, you know, how could I have been so wrong? You know what? I really thought you meant it when you said I changed your life. I really believed when you said you didn't want to be without me. I believed you, Dorian. I loved you. Now, how could you just take that and kill it? You know, is it true what they say about you? That you aren't even human? What's under that skin? You're some cold, empty thing. No heart, no soul. What are you, Dorian?
I'm happy to report that spring has arrived and love is near.
It affects everyone.
When I first met you, you just took my breath away.
You never know when
I've probably been attracted to her from the get-go.
or how, but don't fight it.
Why can't you leave me alone?
Because I care about you too much, that's why.
Because you can't deny it.
What just happened here?
Chemistry.
It's the greatest feeling of all.
You are who I want to spend the rest of my life with.
What do you say?
Fall in Love on All My Children, only on ABC Daytime.
Now, come on.
We can't have fighting in the dining room now, can we?
Quit talking to me like I still work here, Mark. I'm not picking up your little laundry off the locker room floor. I'm a member now, just like him.
Absolutely. But we expect all our members to conform to a certain code of
How
behavior.
come you're not saying this to Kevin Buchanan?
Look, Todd, you are new here. This is a private club. Now, you don't want the Buchanans or some other member going to the board of directors and asking them to revoke your membership now, do you?
Okay, fine. I hear you. I'm cool.
All right, good. Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. Go fold some napkins somewhere. So, Kev, when does the little reporter boy have his next article in the newspaper? I don't want to miss that.
You know, there's something you ought to think about, Todd. Why is it that an article about repeat offenders makes you so paranoid, huh? And why in God's name would you ever think that this article was about you? It doesn't even mention your name.
Oh, so you interviewed 100 ex-cons?
No. I just used a standard psychological profile. What's the matter, Todd? A little too close to home?
Buzz off.
Let me tell you something, buddy. You think inheriting $28 million is going to change you? Well, news flash. Because sooner or later, you're going to screw up all over again. Because way down deep, you are just the same. Your same old Todd. Nothing's changed.
Talk about your whole life going down the drain. No money, no family. I'm married to Dorian. Everybody at Landfair hates me. God, I miss you, Tina. I miss you. Here.
Jessica.
Joe, I know how much I've hurt you.
No, you don't.
It's really hard to know how to explain.
No, it isn't really, because you lied. It's not that hard to explain. You told me you loved me, and you didn't.
Joe, please.
No, all I want to know is why you did it. I mean, just to get back at my mother. Do you hate her that much?
Joe, I think you had better go
No,
now.
you know what? I think you had better tell me the truth. For once in your life, look at me and tell me the truth. Look at me! The whole time that we were together, you were teaching me how to dance, how to dress, how to live la vita italiana. That was just a game to you, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Joe, I would explain to you if I could.
No, I was just some sort of toy for you to occupy your time until it was safe enough for you to be with David Vickers. How long did it go on with him? No, was it the whole time that we were together? How many times did you go from our bed to his?
Joe, stop.
No,
Okay,
no, not
please.
until I get the
Stop
truth.
it now.
Tell me, Dorian, tell me the truth, that you were just using me.
No, that wasn't how
Come
it
on,
was. It's
put it
like
on
that.
the line.
Honestly,
The whole
it
time
wasn't.
we were together, you and David Vickers were lovers, and everything I thought we had was nothing but a lie.
Of honor, my dress should be one shade lighter or darker than the rest of the bridesmaids.
Alex, I don't even know if I'm even going to have bridesmaids, you know, and if I did, there's certain obligations that should be met, like there's family and close friends and...
Nora, with bridesmaids, the sky's the limit, but there can only be one matron of honor.
Of course.
Now, about your dress. White is obviously out of the question. But we need to find a color that's really... that suits you. Something that complements your unusual skin tone. I was thinking something maybe with an empire waist, like Josephine wore when she married Napoleon.
Oh, I feel a theme wedding coming on.
Waterloo! It's the perfect motif.
If Alex thinks she's going to turn my wedding day into a battlefield, she's got another thing coming. And besides that, Napoleon lost at Waterloo.
Look at the way Alex's eyes light up when she's taking the bull by the horns.
Yeah, she looks like that little girl in The Exorcist. Doesn't she have enough on her plate right now just running interference for the mayor?
She can't resist helping somebody in need.
No, as long as there's something in it for Alex.
Dadgummit, Bo. Can't somebody ever do something nice for this family without everybody being so suspicious? Huh?
Sure, as long as it isn't Alex.
You sound like your ingrate brother.
What, are you still hot at Clint for writing that article on her?
Yes. Accusing my lovely wife of buying a position down at City Hall, please.
I don't blame him. Your lovely wife never woke up a day in her life without her own personal agenda. You know, you mix that with politics.
Ooh, this is one time. You're wrong, Bo.
Well, you see how wonderful everything can turn out when you have a little help.
Silly me, and here I thought I could do all of this on my own.
Yes, well, I'm just glad I could fit you into my schedule, considering how busy I've been since I got my new job.
Chief liaison to the mayor.
That's right.
Oh, Alex, you know what? I just would hate it if our wedding got in the way of your civic responsibilities.
Oh, it won't.
It won't.
No. As a matter of fact, noticing how well we work together has given me a brilliant idea.
Here it comes.
I am heading up a landmark real estate project, and I would really like to have another top-notch lawyer at the helm with me. I think you would be absolutely perfect for the job.
The way I see it, we can get married now before going to London, or we can have this long engagement, wait till after the fellowship, then come back home and tie the knot. Of course, that way your mom gets the big wedding that she's always dreamed about.
The wedding isn't the problem. Whether it's now or a year from now, I still can't go to London with you.
If it's about school.
I can't study American law in England.
No, but you can take some related courses like international law, trade agreements, stuff like that.
Some classes isn't going to be enough for a whole course load. I'd be better off not taking anything.
Well, there's another option, too.
What?
Maybe a break from all the classes is just what you need. Take a little time to rethink whether or not law school is really what you want.
Of course it's what I want. What kind of thing is that to say?
Rachel, I just hate seeing you get so stressed up about school. It's like you got this thing in your head that you got to be the same kind of law student that your mom and dad were. And it's tying you in knots.
Why don't you say what you really mean, Ben? You don't think I can handle it.
Jessica, how are you? I almost didn't recognize you. Your hair's... You look so...
Look, my mom wouldn't like me talking to you. Really, I really don't want to. Especially after the way you treated my family. You and Dorian. Kind of makes me sick when I think about it.
I understand. You better get home. It's late.
I don't get it. I mean, you were so nice to me. I know you wanted all that money and stuff, but you didn't have to be nice to me to get it. You seemed like you meant it. Like you really cared. How could you just lie like that?
Just tell me, Doreen. Tell me once. For once, tell me the truth.
John,
that you were using me.
That is...
Tell me!
Helen, let Mrs. Lloyd go. Are you all right? Did he hurt you? No, I'm fine, Carlotta. I'm just fine.
I'll make him leave, Mrs. Lloyd.
It's all right. I think it would be better if you left us alone. Thank you, Carlotta. Please, go now. Thank you. That's it.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. There's nothing for me to say. No excuses. I betrayed you. I'm married to David now, and he's my husband. Joe, impossible as it may be for you to believe, the pain will stop. Someday, it will. And you'll forget.
No, I won't. Because I'm not like you, Dorian. I cannot turn my heart on and off whenever I want. I will never forget what you did to me. Not as long as I live.
As I explained to you before, the estate has been paying a quarterly dividend of approximately $50,000 since 1988.
Good old Peter Manning. Sucking 200 grand out of my pocket every year. I guess he just forgot to mention it.
Indeed. And this is your publishing portfolio. The huge money maker, of course, is the magazine Independent Woman. And the most recent acquisition is the National Intruder, purchased from Dorian Lord.
Whose idea was it to buy that sleazy rag?
These rags can turn quite a nice profit on the open market, Mr. Manning, but if it is your wish to liquidate that asset, the Banner has expressed an interest.
The Banner? You mean like the Buchanans?
Quite correct. Clint Buchanan approached the estate. So, if we can have your approval, the trustees can make the necessary arrangements.
Let's just hold off on that a while. I kind of like the idea of owning a newspaper. I mean, that's how that Citizen Kane guy got started, right?
I think it might be a little easier in the movies than in real life.
Yeah, maybe. But let's just hold on to it nonetheless. Owning a newspaper may be just what I need.
He is one sadistic son of a... Todd ran that fraternity because all the other guys were afraid to stand up to him.
Yeah, I heard he had
That's how my cousin Powell got involved in that Marty's rape.
I knew he always made people talk people into doing things.
Yeah, but it wasn't just a strong-arm thing, you know? That guy is a master manipulator. He almost succeeded in having me convicted with all the rest of them.
But how? I mean, you weren't even in the same room at the time of the rape.
Yeah, I know. But that's not what Todd wanted people to think.
What, didn't Marty say anything?
Marty was so blown away at first, she didn't even really remember who was there when it happened. But Todd knew.
No wonder you hate him so much.
We'll never forget how he just sat in that courtroom and stared at me with that smug smile on his face. Just perfectly willing to let me go take the rap for something he knew I didn't do.
What happened?
Well, Marty finally got things clear, and Took a lot of guts, but she came forward. They let me go.
He's really sick.
Yeah. Well, they sure screwed up the lives of a lot of people that I care about. Marty and Luna, Nora, Rebecca, and Powell. I will never forgive him for what he did to my cousin. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
For what?
Oh, I once accused you of having a cushy life with no real problems, and I couldn't have been more wrong.
Well, I'm no worse off than the next guy.
You don't go around complaining about it.
Not much point in that.
I think you're a really brave guy, Kevin Buchanan.
The Alexandra Olenoff Buchanan Center for the Performing Arts. I'm telling you, this will definitely put Llanview on the cultural map. Now, my plans have made space for the Llanview Philharmonic, an opera house, a ballet company, and 2 separate theater complexes.
That's a cultural map, all right.
It is. The only problem is I'm trying to find the right place to build it. You see, I keep trying to make a decision about that and choose the right site, but I keep coming up against that annoying red tape that always comes up whenever you are making progress in something. You see, that's where you come in.
I don't know, Alex. My docket is very full.
Nora, how could you possibly say no to this incredible opportunity? This is a landmark opportunity for you. Think about your career.
I hope your mission's accomplished, Alex. It's closing time.
So shake a leg, honey. We are getting the boot.
My goodness. Time really flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Thank you. Well, someday we're going to have to stay up all night and share all of our secrets.
Yeah, but not tonight.
No. Tomorrow I'll definitely call you in the morning.
I sleep late.
Birthday.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, she can't say no to me now. I've overextended myself for her wedding.
Well, I wouldn't put all of Nora's eggs in one basket, honey. If that ingrate son of mine has anything to say, her gratitude is liable to fly right out the window.
You know, I'm going to get this center built with or without Nora Gannon. If I have to, I'll erect it myself.
Well, if anybody can do it, you're the gal.
Alex Olenoff Buchanan has me so turned around I never know whether I'm giving or taking.
With Alex, you're always giving.
You know what she wants? She wants me to be her legal counsel for some new real estate project that she's doing for the city or something in exchange for saving our wedding.
Forget the wedding. We're eloping.
Good idea.
Joe? Look, I know that you never want to speak to me again, and I understand that, but there's something I want to tell you before you go. Something that I want you to know. Joe, when we were together, and I told you what a wonderful man you were, how extraordinary you were, and how I had never known anyone like you, I wasn't lying then. Every word of it was true. And it still is. I want you to remember that. And to carry it with you always. You are the most wonderful man. Strong and sensitive. And someday, you will meet some nice young girl, and she'll love you for it, and you'll love her.
No, I won't. Because thanks to you, I will never trust a woman again. I won't let myself. That's what you gave me, Dorian. That's your legacy.
I didn't say you can't handle law school. I'm just worried about how much pressure you keep putting on yourself.
You know how intense the first year is. Everyone says, after this, it's cake. I'll be fine.
Well, that's great, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm gonna miss you if you're not with me.
I'm gonna miss you too. But you can't ask me to quit law school. You know how much it means to me.
So where do we stand on all this?
I want to marry you. I do. But right now, I really need to concentrate on my school.
And put off the wedding.
Can't you at least support me on this?
Rachel, I do. And I have.
Oh, you have?
Wait, who stayed up with you all those nights last semester while you was trying to study so hard and you were stressed out on finals?
I didn't know it was such a sacrifice.
No, that's not what I meant.
You know, maybe if you and my parents had a little more faith in me, I wouldn't be so
Rachel,
stressed out.
I have faith in you. What, where are you going?
I'm going to be a lawyer, which means I have to study. That's why the law library is open 24 hours.
Rachel, this is crazy. Come on.
No, what's crazy is me thinking you believed in me.
May I fix you something to eat, Mrs. Lord? No, thank you, Carlota. And it's Mrs. Vickers now. We better get used to it.
But you didn't touch your dinner.
I'm just not hungry.
Are you all right? Mr. Vickers,
I'm sorry, Carlotta. I didn't mean to scare you.
was there something you needed?
No, not tonight. Thank you.
Well, good night, then. I'm going home.
Yes. Thank you.
Welcome back, Mrs. Lord. I'm glad you're all right.
Thank you, Carlota. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
So Joey's gone?
Gone.
Did he buy your story? Does he suspect the truth?
The truth? No, he doesn't.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Wait a minute. I'll go with you.
Tomorrow, the Dooley family is a real cast of characters in Family Reunion, a realistic nightmare, the ABC Family movie. Don't miss General Hospital next.